Hello and welcome everybody. My name's Rose Smith from AbsoluteSoulSecrets.com. Thank you for joining me for the Passionate Pisces April 2022 horoscope. We do have some very positive influences this month and there is a lot going on. We have 2 new moons in many parts of the world, and the second moon, which is a new moon, is called a black moon. It's also a partial solar eclipse in Taurus. And for you, Passionate Pisces, it's in your 3rd house of communications and learning. Sorry, I've just got chickens outside the window that are making a lot of racket out there. They're laying eggs. Alrighty, there's a lot happening. So Jupiter, Neptune and Pluto are really going to give us some substantial blessings this month as well. Just briefly, I'll explain. I like to draw 2 tarot cards as theme cards for the month for you. I'll be looking at your horoscope in depth. I won't be doing the psychic channeling only because these videos are getting too long. I like to keep them under 20 minutes. So yeah, you can see that in my other videos such as pick a card or something like that. Yeah. Alrighty, let's go to the board now, and if you are new, subscribe and be alive and hit that notification bell. Alrighty, first card, first half of the month. Let's see what comes out. There's actually a card under there that's calling me. Okay, that one there. Closing my eyes now. What do I see for Pisces for April 2022? Well, that's very odd. I see stripes, vertical stripes. It's like you have to stay within the lines. Okay, this does remind me of Saturn a bit. It's a very structured sort of a very structured force in your life. So Saturn is doing a little dance with Mars, I believe. Here we go. Here they are up here in your 12th house. So this could be self-imposed structure. You can see it's Saturn 22 degrees Aquarius and Mars 19 degrees in Aquarius. They're conjunct. And so there's some sort of balance that needs to be found, because Mars is very proactive about moving forward and Saturn wants to hold on to the past. And Saturn loves the structure. But this is here, it's sort of hidden out of your view in your subconscious. Anyway, we will come to this further. The card that comes up is the 3 of Pentacles. This is about you getting suitable reward for your creative endeavors. Sometimes it's work. But you'll see she's dressed in gold here, and this is around her abdomen, the solar plexus. So authority figures could be involved here, but I get the feeling that maybe not immediately, but soon they're going to help you in some way. And with that is backed up by Jupiter sextiling Pluto. I'll talk about that in your horoscope in a moment. All right, let's have a look at the second half of the month, and we'll see what we can see. I'm going to go with that one on top. Closing my eyes again. I see a ladder. My focus is on the rungs of the ladder. So this is about you going up in the world. It could be great for anything to do with work, promotion, or just things that you want to do. You do have your MC here in your 10th house, your general life direction and your career. There's a bit of energy for that. The card that comes up is the Ace of Wands. This is all about a new beginning for you. Some sort of spiritual strength coming through. You could be feeling more motivated or inspired by something. Spirit is giving you a gift of energy here. There's some leaves which indicate growth and opportunity, and a crown with little buds, little green buds that you may not be able to see because they're only tiny. But because it's a crown, it's to do with your thinking as well. So not just feeling motivated or inspired, but actually thinking about it and planning and, you know, getting sort of organised. There's some sort of challenge here to overcome, and that's fine. When you first start off, you know, we don't always have all of the information. We don't know where it's going to go, but the important thing is that you feel motivated to move ahead on some specific thing. Okay, so I'm just going to put those there like that so you can see what's going on, and I'm going to make this bigger. Move it up there like that. Okay. All right, this is your horoscope. This is quite a private but independent chart. You go your own way, passionate Pisces. See how most of the activity is on the eastern side of the chart. So it's like you don't need people so much this month. You can be more independent and sort of strike out on your own. I did talk about the new moons, the partial eclipse. I'll talk more about that in a moment. It's also important that Jupiter is conjuncting your ruler Neptune, okay, here in your sign. This is going to give you a ton of spiritual energy, creative force. It's almost like you're a visionary, and this is setting you up for the next 12 months in your life. So everything's going to sort of be imbued with a spiritual energy that is growing within you, which is fabulous. And Jupiter sextiling Pluto, I'll talk about that too. All right, let's go into this in depth now. So with Jupiter conjuncting Neptune in Pisces, they get together sort of every 13 years roughly. But in Pisces, it only happens about every 150 or 160 years. So, you know, this is quite a special time. On the 28th, Jupiter sextiles Pluto, bringing success through positive change. And it's something you don't have to force. It happens sort of naturally. So there's a lot of powerful forces behind you this month that are going to help. Now, either on the 31st of March or the 1st of April, depending where you are, the new moon in your second house will come, and it's joining Chiron, Sun, and also Mercury. And the new moon brings a new beginning. Maybe there's some sort of healing of a situation regarding your money or your possessions. Okay, so quite important. You might find that you're spending more time taking care of your possessions and your finances. Just watch that you don't overspend. You could, you know, be tempted to spend money on an impulse or a whim on things that have more emotional value than practical value, okay? The 2nd of April to the 5th of April sees Mars conjuncting Saturn. I talked about that before here in your 12th house. But it is time to rely on your own resources. Gather in your scattered forces. Sometimes we have a lot of sort of irons in the fire, and some of them are not useful, or they don't pay off, or the reward's not there. So you might want to, you know, cut back on something, and there could be delays around projects with Saturn as well. It's here in your subconscious, so it's hard to exactly pinpoint. It's not immediately clear to you, perhaps, unless you're quite psychic or intuitive. You might know what it is because you are in touch with your subconscious forces. But the average person will just find that they meet dead ends and they don't know why things are not, you know, going along as smoothly as they would like. Perseverance, determination and patience is what is required, because, you know, the chart is always moving, the heavenly bodies are moving, and things are going to, you know, improve with time. Okay, so the 4th of April to the 2nd of May sees Venus in your sign, which is great. I haven't moved. I should have done a little arrow here and drawn it in. That's my bad. So this brings a desire for harmony, beauty and gracious surroundings. And, you know, you don't want a confrontation. You just want things to go lovely and smoothly and politely, because that's Venus. You could be using charm more than usual to get your own way. You can sort of encourage people along your, you know, lines of thought. And, you know, it's true that you catch more flies with sugar than you do with vinegar. And Venus is very good at that, putting the sugar out, and pleasure and affection become more important than usual. Maybe you're not full of energy, you're just enjoying your lazy day, and that's fine, okay? 7th of April to the 10th of April, Mars conjuncts Venus. This is fabulous for your relationships, you know, that have some sort of sexual overlay or some sort of sexual energy. Romantic passions are quite strong now. You could be quite compelled to be with someone special, and your artistic and creative expression is also likely to be increased. If you're not in a relationship, maybe you want to go out and find somebody special at the moment. 6th of April to the 14th of April, Jupiter conjuncts your ruler Neptune in your sign. So this is quite potent and quite intense. Okay, these two here, and it's in your sign, so you're really likely to feel this quite intensely. It's not the time for mundane things in your life. Maybe you feel a bit bored by your daily routine. You want to mix it up a bit and do something different. It's a fabulous time for looking at spiritual things and really getting in touch with your spirituality. It's a great time for your imagination. You could be daydreaming more than usual. Maybe you want to go on a vacation or travel somewhere different. It's also time for, mixing with more spiritual people, reading inspirational literature or going to see spiritual films and things like that. It's like you want to aspire to your greatest spiritual vision. Just allow yourself the time and go and do it. 10th of April to the 29th of April, Mercury moves into your third house here, then it'll move into the fourth later. But in your third house, it's like a double lot of communications. You're likely to be feeling quite intellectually curious. There's lots of thoughts racing across the landscape of your mind. You may also flip from one activity to another. There could be a lot of chatting with your neighbours or with, people that you know, things in your local area going on, running around doing errands. And it's just a pleasant time, but a busy time. 13th of April to the 24th of May, Mars moves into your sign, and this brings a lot of energy, and also, you have to be a little bit careful with this because it does bring so much energy. Other people don't have your degree of energy, but they are probably going to let you take the lead and follow along. Where you have to be careful is in terms of patience. Be very patient with others if you can, and if you do have a disagreement, try to make a compromise where you're not compromising on things that are really important to you. Make small compromises to get along with people is always a good idea. Now is the time to act, okay, but try not to step on anybody's toes if you can help it. 16th of April sees a full moon up here in your 9th house. Great time for a mini vacation, a getaway, and go and enjoy yourself generally. This is about making your life bigger. Maybe you want to get sort of an overview of daily matters, things that take up your time. Your horizons can be expanded now. Sometimes it's a little bit turbulent, so if you are travelling, do the normal, precautions, of course. But yes, time to grow your life. 18th of April to the 20th of May, the Sun moves into your third house here, bringing even more activity around your daily life, especially to do with your community. So you could be quite busy. There's lots of phone calls, transactions, sort of normal everyday business. Maybe you feel a little bit restless, and you could fritter away time on chatting to the back neighbour and the neighbour at the back fence and stuff like that, but it's fine because it helps your relationships generally. 28th of April to the 22nd of May, Mercury then moves into your fourth house, bringing your communications to be focused around your home and your family. You could also remember things from the past, maybe, somebody you hear about, news about somebody you used to know, maybe there's something to do with, school events, high school reunions and that sort of thing. You can also, this indicates there's also likely to be a lot of communications with family members as well. It's possible to resolve problems that may have existed at some point. 30th of April sees a new moon partial solar eclipse in most of the world in your third house. This is in Taurus, by the way. Okay, and so it can bring real physical consequences, if you like, but it is time to plant new seeds through your communications through other people. They may not come to fruition straight away, and they will need to be nurtured and watered, but down the track, yes, there could be some fruition of something that's quite physical and solid. It's a great time to think about studying. It's time to be more active in your local community, and some sort of new beginning is likely to eventuate with distant family members, maybe family members you've lost touch with or there's been some sort of issue in the past with. 28th of April to the 1st of May, Mars squares your MC. This is a bit difficult. It's only for a couple of days though, but it's like you want to advance your own interests, but there's some sort of resistance or obstacle. So just be patient here. You can do that. It's only 3 days. So it's best that you don't try to force your point of view at this moment, because you haven't got all of your energy in alignment to do what you want to do or say what you want to say. So it could come out a bit sort of stunted. So yeah, just be patient there. 30th of April to the 3rd of May, Mars sextiles Uranus. This is fabulous because this makes your life more exciting. You want to do something out of the ordinary. You probably have a lot more energy. Sports might be a good way to burn off some of that energy, and you might find that you're acting on your spontaneous impulses, following through on some crazy idea that you have. That's okay, but whichever way, whatever you do, there's likely to be some surprises, but they're probably positive surprises, like out of the blue, things that happen that make you smile. 27th of April to the 7th of May sees Jupiter sextiling Pluto. This is fabulous, especially when dealing with businesses or government agencies, organisations, influential authority figures, people like that. They can help you, and they will probably want to cooperate and support you. Even if you've had problems with authorities or organisations in the past where they sort of ignored you or didn't want to help, now all of a sudden they might want to help you. So you could also be called upon to be some sort of representative for an organisation, or to assume a leadership role in some way, and it's likely to work out very well for you. 21st of April to the 1st of June, Chiron conjuncts Moon. Okay, so something comes up. The Chiron is like the wounded healer, and here it is here in your second house. This can be to do with money. Maybe you feel like you're not making the money you deserve, and the concept of deservability comes up, and you need to work on that so you can be paid what you deserve, for example. Can be some emotional issues around it. I'm just getting the word father just flashing across my vision. Even though I haven't got my eyes closed, I can still see that word very strongly. Did your father teach you how to perform a task, how to finish it, how to do it properly and successfully? If not, you have to learn this yourself. You have to be your own father. But a healing is possible here. It might be a little bit painful. Maybe there's feelings of fear or rejection or fear of rejection. And you have to go in and actually feel the feelings. Don't push them down into your body. It's very important that you actually feel them. But I wouldn't don't worry about it, just feel it. And it helps to write things down, it really does. It's possible, because it's conjunct Moon, it could be that a woman offers you some sort of avenue to healing. Maybe it's a good time to go and see a spiritual healer or some sort of counsellor who specialises in emotional issues, especially to do with fatherhood stuff, or how to be successful. If you don't know anyone, of course, you can always call absolutesoulsecrets.com. All our psychics have been vetted and handpicked by me, actually. So, they are genuine, the real deal. But I see this as a positive stage that you're going through, even though, there might be some feelings of disappointment or rejection. Okay, you can get over this. It's fine. It's going to work out. Alrighty, so that is your horoscope. I hope this is useful for you. Please leave a like or leave a comment, share on your socials. That would be fabulous, and I would appreciate that very much. If you are new, please consider subscribing to the channel and hit that notification bell right now. Thank you, everyone. I just want to wish you a wonderful month and send you many blessings. Okay, thanks, and bye for now. Thanks so much for watching. Please visit my website absolutesoulsecrets.com for all things spiritual. Have a lovely day.